Oh, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Usually Fixing and Tinkering. And after a very, very busy schedule recently, I've just managed to fit in yet another local car show. It is the same car show that I've been to many times before, the Unnamed Classic Car Meet in Stourbridge. If you are local to that or reasonably local, I suggest you check this out because every time I come, there's a completely different set of cars. It's not like the same cars come every time. There are some locals that come very regularly, but most of the cars here that I'm looking at coming in are completely different, and there are some absolute peaches out here that I've never seen before. And I think that's what's amazing about these local car meets. You just don't know what you're going to get. So let's take a look at what we've got this time round. Oh goodness me! I'm gonna have to come round to quite a few of these cars of all different ages, sizes, specs, and prices, and some very surprising cars as well. And the sounds. Now, at the moment, that field is empty. That won't be empty by the time I come round there. People tend to turn up early for this. Oh, very, 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 very nice indeed. Oh, it's an RS Turbo. Should have known that, really. Oh, we've got some... I tell you what, there's more MG Rovers that turn up to this. I think there's a whole squadron that turn up. Maybe I should have got in a bit more earlier. That's the MX-5. Ooh. Another MG ZT Estate. Oh, Astra. Coupe as well. Prefect. What a lovely, lovely sight. And something quite astoundingly American in size and colour. A Bonneville, no less. Followed by a little plucky Mini. MG ZS. MGB. That's just gorgeous, that Burble. He's done that deliberately for me. He's got a slightly bigger back box. Right, okay, now I'm going to get distracted by people coming in the entranceway there. You have to come off, if you've never been here before, you go off the main road, you come into the pub, which is the Old Wagon and Horses, through the car park and up the ramp. We got a VW Polo. Ooh, on a B plate. Okay. It's got this textured paint, which I've seen on quite a few cars recently. It's an interesting matte sort of look. A lot of VWs tend to wear this. It is a Polo C. I do like the backlights. I really do. It makes, well, I think Maurice Hotels had something very similar going on with the backlights, but it's a very early 80s sort of feature, that, and this one's in really good condition. Interior's very, very well kept. So yeah, I like that. Nice to see. It's nice to see something a little bit different. I got a H-Reg Mini now. I'm not quite sure whether this would be... Oh, wait a minute. A red flame. Yes, we know what this is. Yeah, there are not many of these left. This is a special limited edition that they brought out quite a few years ago. It has been very, very nicely decored in just all sorts of British colours. I just like that. There's no car that suits better than a Mini to have a British flag on the top. Oh, now this is interesting. Okay, now this might be an A30 or A35 van. Ooh. I'm not quite sure which one is which because it has been changed a little bit, but still, that's quite tasteful actually. I find I like the fact that The grille is really, really immaculately kept. And oh, you can have a little peek inside, just extra cooling and all that. Oh my goodness me, that is really, really tidy. That's immaculate.
Unfortunately, this bloke, he heated it up, took the chip off, cleaned all my nuts off.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then Reg, Opel Cavalier. Now, I think, I've got a feeling we might have seen this the last time, but this has got leather seats on the inside. And, excuse the reflection, hello. Right. Yeah, it's really nice to see. SRI, okay. It could be, surely that's a Vauxhall with an Opel badge because it's right-hand drive. Maybe not. Maybe it's for a right-hand drive market. Potentially. Lovely leather seats. Now, this is, I believe, an MGB LE, which was a custom-built, well, essentially made out of heritage body shells, which obviously you can still get from the British Motor Heritage. And I believe that these were built purely on old registration numbers or VIN numbers and done up as custom built cars to order. I believe that's the case. Somebody can correct me on that one because I'm a bit vague, but I did know about the existence of these about what 10 or so years ago. But everything is delightfully upholstered using the old-fashioned tooling, old-fashioned parts, new old stock parts, and new leather and new materials. And what you get is an extremely a slightly modern depiction of a heritage car. Basically, that was its selling point. It was almost like the Jaguar E-Types that was sold about 10 years ago. Oh, excuse me. Oh yes, another MGF. Yeah, you see, I said we'd get everything and anything in this this meet, including all of this. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, off-roading galore going on here. Where we're going, we don't need roads, says the back window sticker of that one. We'll go and have a look at them in a bit. Jesus. I think this show is getting ridiculously popular now. The Subaru there. Oh goodness me, we've got another MGB V8 with the rubber bumper going on here. Buchanan's with a lovely airbox. I love the airboxes on these. They did do a lovely job fitting that engine, but quite a compromise in terms of weight. But what gets me are these. When you get these refurbed, they just look outstanding. Goodness me, it's like being at an American car meet. Right next to an SLK 200 Mercedes. I think we've seen a couple of these. Oh, it's alright. We got an RS 1600 Sport in the middle of the whole lot. Look at the colour of this. That's exquisite. I've not seen this car at all at any of these meets. It's a 2000 GLS. I thought so. Cavalier 2000 GLS. Scooby-Doo's arrived. Unbelievable. Wow. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's a Toyota.
Oh no, definitely not. Lovely.
Thank you. It's this way.
Brilliant.
Have a great day.
You too, buddy. Honestly, I'm word struck with some of what I'm seeing here. Right, I'm going to. There's more here. Oh goodness me! I think I'm going to run out of film. There's a 2000 GLS as well. I think there seems to be a Squadron Mini coming in. Okay, right. I'm going to work my way over because I keep. Hello, buddy. How are you? How are you? I'm not too bad. Hold on. I'll speak to you in a second. I'm doing my rounds. There's too much to see here. I'm getting. I mean, Scooby Doo's arrived. I mean, what more can you say? 5. Oh yes. See, this is. Do you know what? I love these on this Mini. DX150s. They're quite sought after, if I remember. I thought a bit of paint had come off. No, it's a Union Jack broken up in a very strange way. It's a 1.3 injection, yeah, NRED, so single point injection. Oh yes, it's got the beige sort of check trousers, sort of very granddaddy seats, I think. Oh, we got a lovely ZS just over here, and it's a later ZS as well. Oh, very nice to see. I've not seen this one at all. In nice condition, actually. Yes, everybody's putting their cars on. MG Rover Unsung Midlands, that's who is coming today, and that's why we've got so many of these. The headlights are in really good condition, actually. This is really nice, and it's got these sort of two half leather seats, which I think is very preferable. So anyway, I'm going to try and make my way to cars that are the most interesting because I'm trying to get around so many of these. So the next one is this Rover 25. We have seen this before. It's a BP registration, so Bristol Street Motors in Shirley, Solihull. Well, Shirley's technically not Solihull, but we'll see. Anyway, ZTT estate. The ZTT is a nice car. Extremely practical. I actually prefer the estate 75s and ZTs to the saloons personally, because I just like these lovely backlights and the way the whole end of the car finishes. It's a really constructive back end. It doesn't feel like a blob of an estate, just a little bit of metal chucked on like an afterthought. It looks like they put some real good design into that. And we've got a Streetwise, which we've seen before, definitely. Again, it's part of this was registered at Hereford Rover as well. The Callow, yes, I know where that is actually. Oh goodness me. Of all the things, a Morgan freewheeler. I don't have to have any introduction to this. Most likely you'd have seen one of these driven by Richard Hammond on Top Gear, more or less, years ago, and that's how I knew the existence of one of these things. And yeah, I think most of you do too. I mean, everything is pretty exposed at the front there. It's interesting design, and very stable because the wheel's at the back, whereas the balance is at the front. Another Morgan here. It might be a +4, this one. I do love these side trims, these sort of silver kick trims. Well, I sort of tread plates really to put your feet, so your feet aren't touching the paintwork, they're touching the tread plates. This one looks very, I think this is, what registration is this? W-Reg, so it's 80s, it's a oh, interesting, okay. W-Reg, 1982, 1981 possibly. Lovely car. Oh, goodness me. It's a D-Reg Escort. These are like rocking horse poo. Do you know what? D-Reg Escorts, I've not seen one. I've never seen one ever before, because the metal they were made out of was so poor that they literally frazzled up within within 5 to 10 years at least. For one of these to exist on this side of the millennium is a minor miracle, let alone in 2024. This is no exception, but this is quite minor. The paintwork's gone really faded, but it's quite nice actually. It's been someone's actually tried their best to keep this in a really original condition, and the wheel trims are correct because I think it's an L. Is that, yeah, I've got that right. So it's a 1.4 L. So it did get the CVH, this, and it was registered in Furrows of Telford. Oh, Now, let me have a look at this. There might be some water ingress with this, but I'm just going to have a look underneath. Yeah, that looks really tidy actually. I'm just curious to see how solid this is. Yeah, this looks really, really good all on the side. Moss security. I can't believe this. I really can't, because D-Reg escorts they don't really exist. This is no exception. I think it's had a lot of touch-ups and filling work, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. What a lovely car, and this is probably the find of the day as far as I'm concerned. Any D-Reg Ford, they don't exist. They just don't. I think it was the D&E Reg where the metal was so of poor quality and thin that they just didn't last. I'm going to work my way around. We've got a lovely nice Miner here, Traveller. It's done a lot of shows, and I do like it when people do write-ups. That looks original to me. That's the original ash frame, potentially. The new ash doesn't look quite as aged, or yeah, that's lovely, that is. A-series, little A-series, which looks like a HS4 to me. Yeah, HS4. And he's lucky to get a HS4, because most of them had HS2s. At least the early ones did anyway. But this looks astoundingly solid underneath. In fact, all the paint is holding up really, really well. That's your version of an under tray, basically. That's beautiful. And then we have another Morris Minor over here. Beautiful. A Minor 1000 Traveller as well, in black. See, this is the same kind of quality as what I'm seeing over there. It's just lovely, lovely, lovely craftsmanship. Right next to, oh, lovely, TF. I think when I see one that's a step speed CVT, I'll have to do like a shouting exercise, you know, like a sing song or something, because I haven't seen one as of yet, and there are more of them than any other with the CVT, but I've yet to see one. Oh goodness me, got a van here. That's a lovely way of that is a lovely way of promoting a business. Because you do notice this, and it's brilliant marketing. And it's called Babs. Good name. Got a ZR here in trophy blue. Another 52 plate. Seen quite a few of these with the lovely blue and yellow checked seats in there. You talk about cars we've not seen before. We've got another Streetwise, and then we have an N-Reg Rover 100 right next to it. I've never seen this one either. This is a new car that I've not actually seen at all, and it's been tweaked a little bit, but no, it's good. It's good. Kingfisher blue is always a very nice 90s Rover colour. Oh yes, lovely, lovely, lovely interior. This. Oh, I think he's selling Haynes manuals. Oh, it's a 1600E. Why did I not see that? If you had one of these back in the day, oh, that's something. Yes, yes, yes. Another Morgan here. I'm going to just try and get around. Oh yes, lovely Cortina here. Yep, it's a 1.6 GL on an S plate. most people have got really good stories to tell of this kind of era of Cortina. I think this is when Ford had kind of pinned the car down, and it was probably at its most reliable. Good engines, Pinto engine most probably. I'm just taking this in, just take it in. Ooh, goodness me. Not without money, they don't. What a lovely Mark III that has been adapted in this classic livery. So VW up, probably a future classic, last small car to be ever made by any mass car company, and it's just a shame that they're not continue to be made, because there's not many cars that can be designed, built for over 10 years without absolute any sort of alteration. So fair play to that one. Anyway, oh, Scirocco, okay. Yes, I do like a Scirocco. It's one of the few VWs that I would say that gave its company a heck of a great reputation, and nice to see one here. Next to, I have no idea. No idea. Can someone tell me what that is? Absolutely no idea, but it's different and interesting. Oh yes, we got an NREG 205, which I did spot earlier. Now I'm presuming this could be a diesel. It's had the seats taken out the back. Let's just have a little look. I believe it is. Yes, it is the diesel, because we've got a downturned exhaust potentially. Most of them are. Registered at Brian Evans Car Sales in Ludlow, another local carter here. I believe that's where my Focus spent most of her early years. Yes, very nice indeed. In fact, it's actually really tidy. The paintwork is it's actually hardly tarnished at all. I've got a feeling that's a garage car. You can always tell. Got this big beautiful American car here. Oh, front wheel drive Triumph 1300. This is the car that for me gave Triumph a lot of pedigree in the early years. Yeah, there was a lot of foibles with the gearbox. There was a lot of issues with them at first, but over time they became really good cars. It's just a shame with BL that Triumph lost its way and started going back to rear wheel drive. Front wheel drive was the order of the day, and yet they went from this to a rear wheel drive Toledo and Dolomite. I just think it was a backward step. That is a lovely weighted door, and just,
Do you like the window winders?
I do. It's just so intricate. You pull it out and then you wind it. Oh goodness me. The interior is sumptuous. Soft seats, and yet smells of the 60s. What a wonderful interior this is. The wooden dashboard is made of such lovely material. Every dial straight in front of you, simple, basic and functional. And oh goodness me, yeah, I better stop looking, because I might just actually want to buy a classic again. And this is just a very simple, straightforward overhead valve engine. It was made for many Triumph over a long period of time, and they used Stromberg carburetors, which is a very similar design to an SU. They look similar. They just use a diaphragm instead of an overall piston. They do have a piston, but they use a rubber diaphragm as well. And it's all been nicely painted up there. All been, I can see some wax oil in some corners, so someone has taken a lot of care of this car in the past. Just so simple. Now, parked next to this weird car here, I don't know what this car is. It's a Saab 99GL on a Y-Reg, and yeah, this is some really beautiful car. Registered in Norfolk, Hunstanton. And and here we are. We've got a Saab slant engine, which most of you in the Triumph world will recognise because it was an engine co-developed with Triumph. And this thing is an unbelievably good engine. It lasted, I think, well into the late 80s, possibly early 90s. With a carburettor on this one, obviously, because we're still relatively in the early 80s. Carburettors were still the thing, unless it was an expensive injection model with all the componentry of a basic old-fashioned ignition system. This looks extremely clean and straight. Love the fuse box that's hidden in the wing here. I've got to say, actually, for a bonnet that opens from back to front, and that's what I say, there's a lot of good access. I would not think that this would be a back pain of a job to work on the engine bay. We've lost a bit of sound deafening over the years, but it's just the foam just crumbles. I'd probably want to remove that before the rest of it falls on the engine, and just remove it and probably stick something new down, or just not have it at all. Massive airbox over there, and look at where you feed the oil in. You've seen an oil filler like that? Usually the oil cap is on the actual cam cover, but no, it's actually completely separate. Wow, love it. Oh, lovely sticker. Oh my goodness me. This is absolutely untouched. These seat materials are so sumptuous, it's untrue. That's the nicest seat material that I have felt on any car. I don't even think Rovers can compare to that, or no, that's really nice. It smells extremely fresh in here. Doesn't smell musty or anything. I mean, I love the interior. This lovely wood finish here. It's almost got like a texture to it. You know what I think that is? This is Formica. This is a very 60s, 70s thing. Fasten seat belts. Yes, Saabs were very safe cars, and they have a lot of safety features. Beautiful. Oh goodness me, right next to Beatrix, a Morris 10.4. Oh yeah, goodness me. Well, my goodness me, we've got a J10. Oh, okay. RS Turbo, Escort RS Turbo. I just love this meat. Oh goodness me. It's in Malvern. Brooklyn Garages in Malvern, or Malvern, however you want to pronounce that. I just love places like this. You just lose yourself completely. Next to a Mazda MX-5 here. Another MG ZTT here, which looks used, and oh God, Rover and their lacquer peel. We'll gloss over that. This looks as if it's been very well used indeed. It is the 190, so we've got the V6 going on. So really good engine that. We've got the Astra Coupe that came in. Edition 100. Is that correct? Edition 100. I don't. Interesting. I'm not a massive fan of these, but at the same time, it's nice to see one that you really don't often see. And the coupe version, lovely, very nice indeed. I definitely think this would have been an interesting alternative to a Focus Mark 1 such as that, especially a three-door Focus. But this is what they should have done with Rover 45s, the coupe version. They missed a trick there badly. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down here Oh goodness me, this is what happens when you got four-wheel drive cars. Oh, we got a Cooper Sport all on its own here. It's a nice parking space. Got the Sport pack in there, two-tone. I do like the dials on these latest ones. That silver sort of mesh finish to the dashboard. And this was registered all electric garages as well in Hales Owen. Well, it's not too far away from here. This is a very, very tidy example. Obviously the MGB that came in. Lovely. I'm trying to scoot around. We got a MG Midget. We've seen that a few times. The Porsche that came in. Got some VTEC business going on here. We've got the police going on down there. We're going to get to the police in a second. Ooh. Lovely Lotus V8. Then we've got another MG ZS, Porsche H-Reg Mini that came in, the Ford Prefect that came in earlier, and some serious Saab power going into this one. A lovely Polo Mark II facelift going on here. Another Mark II facelift. So this is on a J plate, this is on a H plate. Very suitably actually painted up. And just work my way over here. Toyota Celica. Mark IV Golf on a Y-Reg. Obviously rubber bumper. See, interesting wheels these. I have seen this one before actually. Just scoot up here. Honestly, I've just been chatting to loads of people today and I'm not stopping. Escort RS, okay, Mark II with Cibbies on the front, and yeah, nice straps there. Quick release with a fire extinguisher. Say 1600 Sport 1.6. Part of the RS Owners Club. MG Midget in I believe this is April yellow, quite a very, very pale yellow, not even an almond. Wonderful original condition. That's a lovely period accessory. Mini Cooper 1300. Oh my god, it's an Innocenti. Oh, of all the spots today, we have an Italian Mini. Feast your eyes on this. This is about to leave. We have a Mark II Transit on a B plate. Left-hand drive. When was the last time you saw a Mark II Transit? Goodness me, these were everywhere. I've not seen a Mark II Transit since I was extremely little, and the remaining ones have gone. Probably in the late 90s, really. Oh, I could smell that diesel. Oh, next to a Dodge. I just had to come over here because I've got this beautiful orange MGB. Oh, I can't remember the colour now. Past my mind. Got a Golf GTI. I'm going to come round and see if I could circumnavigate everywhere else. Yep, this is the lineup we had coming in today. Some sort of off-roading caper. Yeah. People who get their kicks out of going off-road, getting dirty, muddy, trying to tackle terrains that not many people would attempt. I don't have a bug for it and I don't get kicks out of it, but if I did, I absolutely get what they do and why people get in for this sort of stuff. And I think when you get into it, it does get very intense and probably slightly competitive. this Vauxhall Corsa B, and it's a private reg, and it looks absolutely stock as anything. And there's not one bit of rust on this. It's absolutely immaculate. It's the 1.2 16 valve. It's absolutely immaculate. Apart from the twin tailpipes, it looks completely stock, including what I think would be basically the period correct wheel trims. Oh. Ooh. What a lovely Toledo. I've seen a couple of these recently. This one, it looks really nice, this. Beautiful interior, very, very nicely presented. Triumph Herald, I think this is a local car to me. I'm pretty sure it is, because it looks very familiar. With some typical 1960s rust. I think the owners must get annoyed that I pick out all the bits that I see that I'll be really annoyed about as the owner, and irritated by, like little rust bubbles or lack appeal. But you know, at the end of the day, these cars will wear their age quite nicely. I mean, that's a sight that you would not normally see. Hope it doesn't stay on the grass too long, because it might just start disintegrating. Only a joke. Nice Alfa Romeo. Got some more Subarus going on here. MGF. I like a good MGF. And this one is a manual. Yeah, gotta have that one. VW Polo CL on a G reg, with the wheel trims that we can kind of associate with VW for many, many years in the 1980s. And I'm just going to come around, and it's completely stock and really, really clean. Got a K&N filter on the top, and these engines don't really go wrong. It's had a lot of work. Look at the inlet manifold. It's had a heck of a lot of work done underneath to make it run properly. Very nice car indeed. I bypassed the Corsa. Got a cabriolet going on here. The driver's seat is very careworn. Oh my goodness me, talk about things that you don't see every day. A W-Reg Fiesta 1.1L Mark 1. Including patina, but wearing his age exceptionally well. The exhaust angle has been somewhat altered. But apart from that, the interior looks completely original. And a little bit careworn. I wouldn't expect it to not look like that. Getting trim is nigh on impossible. Steering wheel is very familiar to me. It's very similar to what they would have put on a Mark II and Mark III. Lovely. Even the badge is nicely just yellowed with age. What a superb find that is. Mark III Volvo. Oh. Now this is this the old 8 series or 7 series? I can't work out. I think it's a 7 series. No, it's the 940 2.9. Okay, this could be an automatic actually. Most of them were. No, it's the manual version. That's even better. The Cavaliers that came in earlier, and we've got an MGF in old English white. I might be giving cars to people that I've given. They must be thinking, this guy keeps putting cards on my car every time I come, because my memory's like a sieve. There's some F-150 action going on here. V70 ST Mark 3.5. Ooh. This Mice Minor looks extremely different. I bet it's got something going on under that bonnet. It's got to be. It's got to have something different going on. And we've got the Bonneville that came in later. Obviously, I didn't miss the bomb bug. It was in front of me, just stuck here. Wow, wonderful little car. I'm just going to come over here, because we've got a Dolly Sprint over here on this side. Looking extremely BL-like with the interior brown, all the 70s. And then we go back about 60 years in the past with something completely different, a Mice Minor, the original, you might say. A Nissan Figaro, back to the 90s, a very much a car you could only win a raffle in Japan, and most of them have made it to the UK, and all of them are automatics, which is why Andrew probably might be tempted in one. We'll see. They all have serious scabrous rust, but this one looks relatively really tidy. Actually, they can go really badly. They're very, very cool cars. Many of them have made their way over here, and many of them do survive. Just acquired. We have lots of work to do. Any advice welcome. The first thing will be, don't worry about the bumpers. I would get some better ones. They're not retrievable. Any re-chroming would not work on that. They're very bad for going on the bumpers. That is quite a common thing. The chrome wasn't exactly the best quality that the Japanese fitted. Well, we've got some Renault action here. When was the last time you saw a Renault that age? Try and work my way around. We've got a 1.2 Vauxhall Nova on an F plate. Oh grief. Rear engine Renault. It's unbelievable. But yeah, this is the car that most people will know as well. You know, Fiesta versus Nova. Of course, I prefer Fiesta, to be honest, but Novas were fun boxes on wheels. They were light. They did have a lot of go about them. Lovely, superb on an F plate. Lovely to see. The interior actually is in really good condition. Got this lovely squared check pattern, thin material, but it's actually quite well pointed, and they don't go baggy like Ford seats. And there was a few things that Vauxhall did very, very well. Just cheap as chips. It's bread and butter, fish and chips, isn't it, on wheels? It's what we know. This is far from bread and butter and fish and chips, but lovely to see. I believe this might be a 190. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is where I get it wrong again. Don't even know. I can't even remember. I don't even know. I don't know enough about Mercs to specialise in that. But next to it, we've got this wonderful Audi 80. Do you remember the Audi 80? Probably one of the most modern-looking cars for this period. And this is a G. Oh, this is a G reg. From Wimbledon, registered in Wimbledon of all places. One of the most modern cars of the 1980s in terms of the styling. This was way ahead of everyone else, and I think Audi had finally caught up with everybody else and actually said to the world, this is what we can do. I mean, this is not 1980s, this is more 1990s. It was 10 years way ahead of its time. Now, this Range Rover caught my attention earlier because of one particular thing it says on the back. It's a diesel, an L-Reg diesel. So 1994, so quite late on. It's got lovely deflectors on the rear lamps. And it's an automatic diesel, eh? I didn't know that was a variant. Surely you just have the manual version. But no, an automatic L-Reg diesel TDI Range Rover Classic. Wow. Oh, that's creaky. Leaf springs creaking all over the place. Americans still using leaf springs. It works. We've got this lovely Defender here, as always. Nice indeed. The sheriff's in town. Yes, police interceptor. Superb cars. Crown Victorias are very, very long lived. Look at the equipment in there. Some people spend an absolute fortune on these things. I've no idea. An Impala. Sort of the modern equivalent, but these went on such a long time. In fact, I think that pretty much the police and taxi service predominantly used them. I'm going to come over here to the last few cars that I haven't covered. Very quiet car, that. Oh, an A35 4-door for sale. Yeah, that is a HS2, the tiny little carburettor on them. We've got an A30 being obviously smaller back window, A35 bigger back window. I think I finally caught on that that's the difference. Right next to an E-Type. You see, this is what it is. The battle of the classics. The everyday man's car you'd be lucky to afford if you could get a car at all, and then you have this 4.2 E-Type. Yeah, well, and it's good grief, it's an automatic. An automatic 4.2. Now, most of the automatic E-Types are V12s, not the 4.2 XK. That's quite rare, actually.
Yeah.
Toledo making its way out. MGB, and I think, yeah, I think we're about to finish because some people will make their way out, usually a couple of hours, and then people make their way out. But I'm going to leave this here. A bewildering number of cars. I've had to brush past quite a few because there's just so many interesting ones that you guys want to see and that I like to see on this channel. Anyway, you take care, guys. I shall see you in another episode. Don't know where, don't know when, but there you go. Take care. Now, I've just been around this field just after the camera had turned off, and there's one car I can't believe I missed, and it just, you got to see this. I mean, how many of these do you see randomly turn up at a show? Mini Metro, and not just any old Mini Metro, it's a very, very early one on a Y-Reg. Not the earliest, but it's quite early. And you don't see these. Harvest Gold, I believe, is the colour. I could be wrong about that one. But there's a couple of different shades. But oh my goodness me, apparently these Lucas batteries are very good these days. Lucas ignition coil, lovely A+ engine, lovely air filter. I've not actually got close to one of these in a long time, and when they do come up, Mini Metros are just something of an oddity these days. I don't know why. They're very cheap for what they are, and this one looks extremely tidy. Oh, is this the Mini? Is this the automatic? Yes, it is. It damn well is. It's the automatic, the 4-speed AP. Obviously, this being the Vans and Pla version, this would have most likely had it. Well, it definitely has an option. Many people still bought the manuals. Interesting choice to black the exhaust up. Maybe he was going like a de-rusting session. But yeah, automatic. How nice is that? It's got the name where it was originally registered, Gatley Road. It was Austin Rover Daimler Jaguar main dealer. I do love the hubcaps of these. These are being sprayed up silver just to make it a little bit more glossy. It looks extremely straight down there. Oh, and it's even got the sort of safe sort of plastic sticker. Well, it's not really a sticker, it's more of a sort of plastic protective covering to make sure your keys are not scratching the paintwork. But you've got the chrome door handles, lovely trim that you get in this. And yes, the plastic headrests are covered up with material because you can see it from the backside as well. It's got like a Bluetooth radio that's been fitted. Very, very original. I've not seen this one ever. So there we go. I'm going to end this video here with this lovely Vans and Pla automatic Mini Metro. Take care, guys.